Catch up with the world news. Channel 4 are just about to start their full coverage for the next hour. Here on TSW, in half an hour, we find what's happening in strife-torn Coronation Street. A few surprises there, I hope. But now we join Gordon Burns for tonight's Krypton Factor.
Competing in tonight's heat, Ben Barnett, a schoolteacher from St Austell, Cornwall. Liz Nelson, a student radiographer from Kirkham, Lancashire. Julie Pearce, an insurance claims assessor from York. And James Doyle, a computer systems analyst from Worthing, West Sussex. Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Krypton Factor. Tonight, 4 more contestants begin their bid to become the United Kingdom Superperson of 1990. This is Heat 2 in Group B, and tonight's winner will keep his or her hopes alive by progressing to the group final in 2 weeks. The runner-up could get there too, so plenty to aim for. And let's now wish the very best of luck to Ben Barnett, Liz Nelson, Julie Pearce and James Doyle. Right, let's get underway with round 1. And tonight's mental agility test is all about changing times. It will feature either days of the week, months of the year, or a 12-hour clock. I will ask questions like, what is 2 days before Saturday, Monday, Friday? The correct answer would be Thursday, Saturday, Wednesday. Or if I said 2 hours after 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the correct answers would be 8 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Now, as always, this is a speed test with the contestants having to give me as many correct answers as they can in 40 seconds. Right, stand by, contestants. We begin with you, Ben, and your 40 seconds start now. The day before, Sunday, Wednesday, Monday.
Saturday, Tuesday, Sunday.
2 days after, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Friday, Sunday, Tuesday.
The month before, June, October, March.
May, September, February.
3 months after, August, May, December.
November, August, March.
1.5 hours before, 3 o'clock, 12:30, 6 o'clock.
1:30, 11 o'clock, 4:30.
2.25 hours after, 4:15, 1:30, 9 o'clock.
6:30, 3:45, 11:15.
5 days after, Monday, Saturday, Thursday. You don't need to answer that one. You've done very well. In 40 seconds, Ben, you've scored 6. Well done. And right away, we move along to Liz. Stand by, Liz. Your 40 seconds start now. The day before, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday.
Monday, Thursday, Tuesday.
2 days after, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday.
Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday.
The month before, July, November, April.
June, October, March.
3 months after, September, June, January.
December, September, April.
1.5 hours before, 4 o'clock, 2:30, 7 o'clock.
2:30, 1 o'clock, 5:30.
2.25 hours after, 5:15, 2:30, 10 o'clock.
7:30, 4:45, 12:15.
5 days after, Wednesday, Monday, Saturday.
Monday.
Well, I'm sure you were going on to say Saturday and Thursday to complete that, but you just ran out of time. But good start nonetheless. Liz, in 40 seconds you've got 6. Very well done. Now it's to Julie. Stand by, Julie. Your 40 seconds start now. The day before, Saturday, Thursday, Tuesday.
Friday, Wednesday, Monday.
2 days after, Tuesday, Sunday, Thursday.
Thursday, Tuesday, Saturday.
The month before, April, August, January.
March, July, December.
3 months after, June, March, October.
September, July, January.
Wrong. 1.5 hours before, 7 o'clock, 10:30, 4 o'clock.
5:30, 9 o'clock, 2:30.
2.25 hours after, 2:15, 5:30, 7 o'clock.
4:30, 7:45, 9:15.
5 days after, Sunday, Tuesday, Friday.
Friday, Sunday, Wednesday.
In the nick of time, well done. Good start also. In 40 seconds, you've got 6. Well done, Julie. Finally, it's the turn of James. Stand by. Your 40 seconds start now. The day before, Friday, Monday, Saturday.
Thursday, Sunday, Friday.
2 days after, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
The month before, May, September, February.
April, August, January.
3 months after, July, April, November.
October, June, December.
Wrong. 1.5 hours before, 8 o'clock, 11:30, 5 o'clock.
6:30, 10 o'clock, 3:30.
2.25 hours after, 3:15, 6:30, 8 o'clock.
Pass.
5 days after, Saturday, Thursday, Tuesday.
Wednesday, Tuesday, Sunday.
Wrong. It should have been Thursday, Tuesday, Sunday. Nonetheless, in 40 seconds, you've scored 4, James. Well done. Well, some tremendous performances there in what's a nerve-wracking first round. And with our usual scoring system of 10 points, 6, 4 and 2 points for first, second, third and fourth, we enter those points won into the scoreboard. And that's how it looks after just 1 round. In 4th place, James with 2 points, but 3 contestants sharing the lead with Krypton Factors of 10. From St Austell, Cornwall, Ben Barnett. From Kirkham, Lancashire, Liz Nelson. And from York, Julie Pearce. Well, nearly all our contestants will tell you that one of the most exciting and scary challenges they've ever undertaken is trying to fly and land a modern passenger aircraft, albeit in a flight simulator. And that's what we asked them to do in round 2, a challenge of skill, coordination and nerve. At British Aerospace's £8 million Concorde simulator at Filton near Bristol, tonight's 4 contestants underwent a concentrated instruction and practice session before setting off on their assessed approach and landing. They're flying into New York's John F. Kennedy Airport, and judging their performances is Concorde pilot, Captain Stuart Robertson. School teacher Ben Barnett in the pilot seat first, the JFK runway directly ahead, and Ben trying to follow the movements of the horizontal and vertical bars of the flight director. But, well, not doing it too successfully at the moment, and, well, maybe that's not too surprising because he has failed his driving test 8 times, and he's into much too steep a bank now, and he's not doing anything about it. We're into a dive and just plunging down, and there's no hope of getting out of this one. Totally lost control, and this is going to be a terrible crash. Here we go, into the ground. Well, he knows that was bottom of the class stuff. Next, it's Lancashire's Liz Nelson, veering about a bit, and you can see all the anxiety and tension there. It may be a simulator, but when you're in there, it's so real, and all the contestants, without exception, emerge with their hands shaking, but it is an exhilarating experience, one they'll never forget. And Liz's angle of descent has been very good indeed so far, just a directional problem which she's trying to put right. Now, letting the nose drop too far, she's got to ease the control column back, but it's not happening, and we're going down into the water. Well, very hard luck, Liz. She was doing so well. Now, can Julie Pearce from York make a landing? An insurance claims assessor. Well, one Concorde is worth about 200 million, so she'll want to avoid that claim. But somehow I don't think she will. No sign of the runway anywhere. We're in a continuous bank to the right. We're losing height fast, and she's getting herself into a terrible mess here. And that robotic voice of the automatic warning system, well, getting no response from Julie. And this is going to be a bad crash. We're hurtling into the ground, and a crash. Well, she was never really in control, but obviously enjoyed it. The final attempt at a safe landing, and online is James Doyle from Worthing. And I know lots of you at home are itching to get at the controls, thinking it's easy, but believe me, flying Concorde is incredibly difficult for the inexperienced. But James doing a very good job here. He's kept that runway directly ahead, descending very nicely indeed. All down to staying cool, holding your nerve now. And needs to ease back on the control column, which he's doing, right over the center line of the runway. And the back wheels have touched. Down comes the nose, and that is a brilliant landing. Well done, James. Outstanding. Now to Captain Robertson's assessment of the round, aided by computer printout. 4th, Ben Barnett. He was never in control and plunged into the water 2.5 miles short of the runway, 2 points. 3rd, Julie Pearce. She went completely off course and nosedived into the ground, 4 points. 2nd, Liz Nelson. A good attempt with an excellent descent down the glide slope, but crashed just short of the runway, 6 points. And the winner, James Doyle, an absolutely perfect descent which any real Concorde pilot would be proud of, 10 points. Now let's see how that affects the scoreboard, and all very close now. But we have a clear leader with a Krypton Factor of 16, the student radiographer from Kirkham, Liz Nelson. Well, it really is a good, tight contest as we go into round 3, which tests the ability to remember in great detail things you've seen and heard. We're going to show our contestants another intriguing Sam Smith adventure, which contains 5 continuity errors. How many will they spot? Why not try it yourself? So, contestants, turn to the screens, please. Concentrate hard on all the visual and verbal information as Detective Sam Smith gets caught up in an ancient family feud.
He always put his mark on it. That there swan. S, you see. S for Shufflewick. Me great-grandfather, Wuthering Shufflewick. Aye, fine name, isn't it? Fitting a fine man, craftsman, inventor. Anyway, he always put his mark on how he made or invented. Still, young lady, this isn't getting them taters peeled. I expect you'll be wanting to get off to prove them Farringtons pilfered his invention.
But that was 120 years ago.
Doesn't make it right, does it?
Doesn't make it easy either. Can you honestly say the Shufflewicks and the Farringtons have had a feud over this ever since?
Aye.
Well, that's ridiculous.
And to cap it all, they're going to present that to the museum. Public gloating is that.
Miss Farrington, can I have a word, please?
Believe me, I've looked into this matter. I don't have time for silly feuds, especially over something that happened 300 years ago.
And you're convinced that Wuthering Shufflewick didn't invent Farrington Shuttle?
If I wasn't, I'd make sure their family got due recognition. But that's all they would get. We're donating the only working example to a museum.
Well, you've done your best.
Checked records, plans, documents?
Farrington plans.
Well, Christine Farrington was very helpful. I'm sure she'd like to see an end to the feud.
Not if he meant telling the truth about my great-uncle's invention. She's a ruthless young lady. Don't be taken in by the airs and graces.
Did your great-grandfather make that?
Mistake? Aye.
I'll see you later. They've even got me at it. Ridiculous feuds.
He always put his mark on it.
So he did.
God, what were you doing under there?
Settling a dispute.
Are you all right?
It's got Shufflewick's mark on it.
What am I going to do? It's the presentation tomorrow.
Well, 2 people up there will be very happy now the feud is over.
I doubt both of them are up there.
That's all, contestants. Turn to the front, please, and start listing the 5 continuity errors. And while they do that, let me say a big thank you to special guest star Bernard Breslaw and Gwyneth Strong as Sam Smith. Now, if you were testing yourselves, here's where you find out how successful you were. These were all the changes. Firstly, a costume change. Shufflewick's tweed hat became a cloth cap. Next, a dialogue error about the date of the invention. Sam said,
But that was 120 years ago.
but Christine Farrington said,
Especially it was something that happened 300 years ago.
error number 3. CF1 was the number plate on the front of Christine's car, but at the back the number plate was AW2. Change number 4. Heathcliff talked about,
My great-grandfather, Wuthering Shufflewick.
but later referred to a different relation.
Not if he meant telling the truth about my great-uncle's invention.
Finally, a props error. The plan in the library was not for a shuttle, but for a spinner. Well, tough enough, but let's immediately find out how the contestants did. Liz, you spotted 2 errors and our fourth 2 points. Ben, you got 3 right. And Julie, you also spotted 3, so joint second and 6 points each. But James, you listed 4 of the 5 mistakes and so win the round. And we immediately transfer all those points into the master scoreboard. And it produces a brand new leader with a Krypton Factor of 22. It's the computer systems analyst from Worthing, West Sussex, James Doyle. Round 4 is the assault course race, and the contestants on the starting line mentally preparing for what they know will be one of the toughest physical challenges they've ever undertaken. In charge on the course is Lieutenant Colonel Terry Macari. Off they go with Liz Nelson nearest to us and Julie Pearce on the far side. Through those wooden fences, not the easiest of starts. Then onto the balance beam, always challenging you how fast you dare go. On into the slalom section there, and Julie goes down, has to go back now and start again the beginning of that obstacle, which has allowed Liz to go clear. Liz in the TA, so she's used to assault courses. She's been on several before. Now the 2 men. Nearest to us, Ben Barnett, and right on the far side, James Doyle from Worthing. And the temptation for both of them, of course, is to go too quickly at the start as they see Julie and Liz right down the course. So they need to take it easy on that slalom section, certainly, but James doing that in style. Liz Nelson, though, out in front. And here, keeping himself absolutely flat in that tunnel, James Doyle, and that's the secret of it, pulling yourself forward and staying flat. But even when you've done that bit, it's all action, climbing over, then going down under. It really tests you, this assault course. It's much more about technique than it is about strength and speed. Julie Pearce in second place, trying hard, working hard to get back after the early problem, but Liz coping again beautifully with this S-bend, staying as flat as she can, dragging herself through it, and she's setting quite a good pace at the moment, and James just beginning to blow a little bit as he comes up onto those tram wires. Note the technique again, knees on the outside, ankles on the inside, that's what it's all about. The chain bridge there, which is never easy, it's a full stride, it's wobbling as you're on it. And James still in third place, but closing up now. Julie, who's in second place, and Liz right out in front. Liz climbing up the 30 feet to the top of that scramble net. Not the place to be if you've any problem with heights. And it's also fairly windy when you get up there because this is out on the Lancashire moors. James Doyle in third place, but you can see just how close he is to Julie Pearce. A few strides behind as they climb up the scramble net, and Liz Nelson on the other side just coming off it. So it's all going to be very close as they reach the final stages of this race. Liz negotiating those stepping stones, all different heights, so it can knock you off your balance very easily. And James almost level with Julie, and those huge strides he's taking, going down 2 squares at a time, bring him almost level, but the army telling Liz to drive on, to push harder as she goes up towards the Burma rope bridge. Now, can James catch her as he's gone clear of Julie, and he's trying very hard now to close the gap, whereas Ben Barnett, right back in fourth place, will have to settle for that. Liz now coming down the aerial slide, and if we look back to the very right-hand side, we can see the distance between her and James Doyle. As she hits the water, James has just got to the top of the aerial slide. So really, unless something dreadful happens to Liz, she's going to win this. She's well through that last obstacle, climbing over those different level gates, all uphill, and manages now a sprint across the line. Brilliant run from Liz Nelson, and she looks close to collapse. Julie Pearce in third place won't catch James Doyle, who's just emerging from the final maze obstacle. Very keen on American football, represents the South Coast Sharks. He plays defensive end, but he picks up 6 points and an embrace for the winner. Julie touches down in the water, and Ben will settle for fourth place, much to the disappointment of everyone at Penn Rice School, where he teaches. Julie, not new to assault courses. She's run a couple of them before at charity events, but that early mistake she made cost her dear. She finishes third and picks up 4 points. And we now go straight to the scoreboard, and that seesaw battle continuing at the top. For we now have joint leaders with Krypton Factors of 28. After that splendid run, Kirkham's Liz Nelson, and from Worthing, James Doyle. Well, it really is anybody's contest as we go into round 5 and a test of spatial awareness and logic. And of course, the points distribution in this round could well decide the outcome of tonight's heat. In front of each contestant is a dodecahedron, a regular solid with 12 faces. The task for our contestants is to colour all the faces of that dodecahedron with the covers provided, observing the rule that no adjoining faces can be the same colour. Are you all ready, contestants? The test starts now.
Well, the first thing to draw your attention to is the base of the dodecahedron. Already in place is one pentagon in the contestants' respective colours. So for Ben here, it is red. And for Liz, it will be green. And for Julie, as you can see there, yellow. So that means that they've got a starting point and can begin to assemble the first level. And obviously none of the 5 pentagons that make up that first level can be the same colour as the base. But the real problems start with the second level, because you've got to worry about all the sides. And remember, you mustn't have 2 colours the same touching each other. Julie, third going into the round, doing very well. Needs to be constantly planning ahead. James, overall joint leader with Liz, also making good progress. It's going to be a very close contest indeed. And Liz may have won it, just turns it round. No, she's got 2 yellows together, and that will take a bit of reorganisation. Meanwhile, I think Julie may be finishing, just twists it round, and yes indeed, she's done it. 10 points, very well done, Julie Pearce. Now, who gets second place? It could be James Doyle. Just needs to give it a 12 till we see the other side of it, and it is indeed James, and he won't be too unhappy about 6 points. And Liz won't be happy that James finished ahead of her. She thought she'd won the round. Now she may even finish last, because, well, Ben looks near to completion. It all depends on whether the pentagons nearest to him are correct or not. Although, well, perhaps it doesn't matter, because I think Liz has done it. On goes the last piece, and yes, she takes third place and 4 points, but definitely looks disappointed. And Ben just a second behind her to pick up 2 points.
Well, that was very tight indeed, and it's going to make interesting reading when we go to the scoreboard. So let's put the points in, and just look at that. On 32 points, Liz, but we've got joint leaders again. With Krypton Factors of 34, the insurance claims assessor from York, Julie Pearce, and the computer systems analyst from Worthing, James Doyle. What a contest this has been. The question is, who will make it into the Group B final in a fortnight's time? This is the round that will finally decide it. The winner is certain of a place, and the runner-up could make it too if his or her score is higher than 38 points. Here we go then with 90 seconds of rapid-fire general knowledge questions to be answered on the buzzer. 2 points for a correct answer, but 2 points deducted for an incorrect answer. Stand by on the buzzers, contestants. The clock starts now. Which purplish red colour is named after the area of France known for Chablis and Beaujolais wine? Ben.
Burgundy.
Correct. Duke of Burgundy, Grizzle Skipper, Brown Argus and Purple Emperor are kinds of James.
Butterfly.
Correct. What is a butte or a mesa in the USA? James.
Geographical formation. Geological formation.
Not good enough. Hill or mountain I had to have. In which mountain range do the rivers Rhone, Po and Rhine have their sources? James.
Alps.
Correct. In which film and its sequel did Al Pacino play Michael Corleone? Ben.
Godfather.
Correct. In which trade may the father of the chapel or union shop steward belong to? Ben.
Journalism. Or television.
Correct. Printing, I was going to say Nat Soper. Which new national Sunday newspaper first appeared in January this year? Julie.
Independence.
Correct. Independent on Sunday. Before independence, which country was called Northern Rhodesia and has Lusaka as it? James.
Uganda.
No, Zambia. The Zambezi River flows over which major waterfalls before reaching the Kariba Dam? James.
Victoria.
Correct. Which Victorian reformer became known as the lady with the lamp at Ben.
Florence Nightingale.
Correct. Which novel, partly set in Florence by E.M. Forster, was filmed and starred Maggie Smith? James.
Room with a View.
Correct. Who wrote the songs A Room with a View, Dance Little Lady and Mad Dogs and Englishmen? Ben.
No Cowd.
Correct. Of what are you frightened if you have arachnophobia? James.
Spiders.
Correct. Spider. That's it. The end of the round, the end of the contest, and the winner tonight with a Krypton Factor of 40, the computer system analyst from Worthing, West Sussex, James Doyle. Well, what a tremendous contest it's been, and all our congratulations go to James on that splendid victory, and we look forward to seeing him in the group final in 2 weeks' time. But that's the lot for this week. Do join us again at 7 o'clock next Monday for the final heat in the Group B section. Until then, from all our contestants here and from me, good night.
And coming up next tonight, Coronation Street, after the break.